Look at that. Andrew Wilson was on Piers Morgan, right? And not only does this knucklehead Cornell West, he's on here. You guys, what is Cornell West good for? Korg, how long have we had to endure this thunderhead?
Yeah.
On the right. This homeless-looking goofball, right? He's just an absolute... Huh?
I didn't know anything about him except his name would pop up all the time, and I knew what he looked like. And so I looked him up the other day. This guy does not have a clean background.
Not at all. He's an idiot.
No.
And he's a professor.
He's like a college token black guy. That's why people like him.
No. He's a Harvard professor that actually managed to, he got the grades and all that other stuff. But he's carved out his niche as this political commentator of revolution and all. And he tried to run for president and stuff. They just bring him up to just perpetuate this victim narrative.
Yeah. He's like a hack leftist Thomas Sowell wannabe.
Well, you know what's
exactly what he
is.
No. Thomas Sowell doesn't really get into politics. He just states the facts. Thomas Sowell is one of the most based individuals that's ever lived. I would never, ever mention Thomas Sowell and this idiot in the same thing. Thomas Sowell is one of the smartest men who's ever lived. And anyone that disagrees, I would say, guys, put a 1 if you agree with Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell's a litmus test.
Yeah.
Because if you watch his stuff and the way that he explains things, if you don't get it, you're just a moron. And I don't say that about a lot of people, but the way that he spells things out and makes arguments and stuff, because he's an expert at what he does. The only way that people disagree with Thomas Sowell is because it doesn't make them feel good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This dunderhead here, and I'm pointing at my monitor like you guys can see me do it. He is he's trying to pick up the baton from Jesse Jackson or something. He's just so horrible.
Yeah.
He's trying to he apparently believes or tries to convey that he's this anti-capitalist.
Yes.
And apparently this guy is hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and doesn't like paying his bills.
Yeah.
He's got tons of baby mamas. He's just
but all these revolutionary types do, right? Because all these revolutionary types, they're like cult leaders where they're like, yeah, we're going to start the revolution or we're going to start our own religion, but I get to bang all the chicks. That's all this is. That's all this is. If he's tearing down the hierarchies, it's because there's guys that are smarter than him, more accomplished than him, and they can beat the crap out of him, right? Or should have. But he's trying to say all of that's part of the white supremacist patriarchy. Absolutely insane, guys. I can't stand this guy. And he's homeless his entire life, right? And all he does is come out of nowhere and we got to talk about building these systems, brother. And we got to talk about the white supremacy, brother. Shut up. Guys, he's never accomplished anything in his life. Every time that I see this guy here.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
He's never accomplished anything. Andrew Wilson has accomplished more in his 3.5 years of being on the internet than this dunderhead ever will on the right. So
I don't begrudge her at all for being furious. No. I can't even imagine where my headspace.
Picture you have Anna. Picture you have leftists have murder.
So guys, I smash Anna Kasparian. Guys, these chicks that have this type of prissy, she's a control freak, right? Chicks like this are absolute demons in the sack.
But would you leave the lights on?
What's that? Oh yeah, dude, man,
would you do your patented escape?
Oh no, guys! Oh no! It would be the whole experience, dude. This chick right here, man, you'd be like, hey, yo, Jesus, you might want to turn around up there because it's finna get real nasty down here. Guys, put a 1 if you smash one of these woke, I have to put on this kind of strong, educated woman business type chick. These are usually lawyers, doctors, researchers, college professors. Guys, these chicks are absolute demons in the sack.
Solomon
man.
Grundy's got it.
Where is it? Hold on.
Solomon Grundy. He called it.
Here we go.
The thing is I remember this picture circulating around of Charlie Kirk. He was debating the incoming president of the Oxford Union, and they were all smiles and handshakes. And by the next day, this guy was saying the most insane.
Diesel. This is why you don't give her your real name. You don't let her know where you live. You smash. And guys, once again, you don't let her know where you live. You take the condom with you. And guys, I'm telling you.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
I throw the smoke bomb, dude. I'm telling you, she can't chop the ding off.
Flush the condom too.
You see Diesel jump through the window, jump off the fire escape, and land in the Batmobile.
What works for me is what's your name? Me? Oh, Snowboard Joe.
Sometimes they call me Snowboard Ho.
Look at that.
Rhetoric about how he basically had it coming. So how many of these leftists have murderous intent? When we show up to
Guys, this is a president of the Cambridge Union, and look at how he's dressed. Look at that.
Conversation with them. We show up to debate our views. We show up to in some way engage with them. How many of them have seething murderous intent behind their eyes, and they don't really want to do any of that?
Pyro, what's up, dude?
They really want you dead. And that is the biggest demonstration of that, by the way, in that one single picture. You have Anna Kasparian here, and she's talking about this. The Young Turks called Charlie Kirk a fascist how many times? The Young Turks played into this rhetoric how much? They went out of their way.
Now, guys, what did Andrew Wilson just say? He said the Young Turks have been calling him a fascist, okay? He said Anna Kasparian, but then he said the Young Turks. She's gonna say, well, I never personally called him that. But he's saying, well, your boss, that bumbly, fat, dumpy moron, right, was calling him that the whole time. So she's trying to say, are you trying to say I called him that, right?
How dare you?
But he just said the Young Turks. Way to do so. Ruben recently called him out for doing it. So I just don't. Hang on.
I've literally never. I don't even call Trump a fascist.
I didn't interrupt you once, lady.
But you can't make things up about what I've said about Charlie Kirk.
You can talk when I'm done talking, like I was respectful enough to let you do. So the thing is like, yes, thank you.
Anna needs to be hit in the face, and she's going to become a conservative, and she's actually going to love it.
Guys, because part of her is almost there, guys.
She's going to be LARPing as a Russian soon.
Yeah, almost there, guys. Yeah. Because of the crime in LA and all this other stuff. And guys, plus, okay, this is what their strategy was, right? Answer in the chat. How cooked was left-wing media after this election? Because, guys, you know and I know left-wing YouTube, Instagram, social media, CNN, MSNBC, they were like, Orange Man's cooked. And, guys, it was a landslide victory. The way that the election went, it looked like an 80s Mike Tyson fight. You know what I'm saying, dude? Orange Man kicked the crap out of Knucklehead Harris. Guys, that's why Pac-Man and all these idiots lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers. No one watches MSNBC. No one watches CNN. The View is cooked, right? So the Young Turks said, pivot, and said, well, Anna, you're going to be now the moderate, maybe on the somewhat right conservative person, so that we don't lose, so that we can cause controversy and try and keep some of our audience. And then Knucklehead Uyghur is gonna still lean into the woke politics part, and they're gonna try and do the whole good cop, bad cop thing. That's what she's trying to do, and we can see through it because I think that she's actually almost there, because I don't think that she planned for the pushback that she would get when she tried to play this role. Now everyone's calling her a pick-me and a fascist and all this other stuff. So
Network does do that, and these leftists do that, and they set all the rhetoric up in the world to make sure something like this happened, and they were dancing on the grave of this guy before he was even cold. I have tweets from Destiny which are insane. The leftists have gone off the reservation. And it's time for us to stop pretending that it's not their rhetoric which is leading to these types of assassinations, because it is. I don't want to hear about factions. All of you guys are doing this. All of you guys have the same type of rhetoric which leads to this, or the networks you work for do.
it's true.
Well, Anna, let me let you respond to that before I bring Cornel
I've
in.
never called him. I have never called Charlie Kirk a fascist, number one. In fact, if anything, we have received a tremendous amount. I don't remember Trump. I don't remember Cenk calling Charlie Kirk a fascist.
You've been banned. You've been cooked. You've been hoodwinked.
Oh my God.
Led astray.
No, he probably called them a smozzy and stuff. He probably actually called them something worse.
Yeah,
like all the time. Cenk is garbage.
Guys, you guys remember Karen Strawn?
No.
She was the short-haired white lady that was like super into men's rights, like back in like 2011, 2012. She's still around, but you guys don't remember her? She was giving all these talks and everything because she had sons, like her husband's sons, and she was like all in on like basically what we would say red pill, but she was doing interviews and all types of stuff. She was doing talking events and being protested and all that. When Cenk interviewed her and he was like, "You're just this and that," didn't even let her talk. That's the first time that I ever saw that idiot, right? And then the second time is when him and Jesse Lee Peterson were, they had Jesse Lee Peterson on their show in like 2009, and Jesse Lee Peterson was being himself, and he's just like not reacting to that dunderhead, So
in fact, Cenk and I got into a debate about whether or not. Hold on. I don't remember Cenk calling Charlie Kirk a fascist.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
He called Trump a fascist, and he and I got into a debate about that. But to lump in everyone on the left together, I don't agree with Destiny on anything these days. Destiny is totally unhinged in his rhetoric, 100%. I have been critical of Charlie Kirk's political views, but going around referring to people as Nazis, turning the temperature up, I did not engage in that. So I just want you to at least be fair about what I've actually said.
There's no actual reason for us to believe leftists at this point. It's very clear that while they come out with a handshake and wanting to have these conversations, they claim.
I'm not a leftist.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Yeah.
Right.
But you won't admit you're on the right after we were right.
Facts,
the best thing that could happen, because she's kind of slowly coming around, just that her whole brand, she's not humble enough to say, hey, you know what? I was crazy before, I was saying a bunch of nonsense, but now I've really had my mind changed. The best thing that could happen to her is she needs some like Eastern European guy to just slap her in the face.
But here's the thing, Snowboard.
And she will be humbled.
If she were to become a conservative,
it's going to kill her brand.
No. But people would actually accept her over here.
Yeah.
Guys, OF chicks are out there in the church, right? I think that conservatives would actually take in Anna Kasparian. Seriously. You know what I'm saying?
I have no problem with
reality,
it. She's going to her doing that is admitting like, hey, you know what? You guys have irrefutable points, and I can't argue with it.
Yeah.
And it keeps me safer, and that's what she cares about.
Guys, we'll get to the part where knucklehead Cornell West storms off the podcast, and then we'll get to Destiny. Okay.
They have murderous intent, and they'll celebrate you the day that you die. The next day, they'll go after your wife. Thousands of social media accounts going after her wife, or this guy's wife, after she made a speech about her poor husband. Yes, it is your side that's doing that. Like it or not, it's your side that's doing that. There's no equivalency between the right and the left on this.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Okay, fine. You're not a leftist. I'm sorry. Are you on the left wing? Are you a Democrat? Are you more of a Democrat than you are a Republican? Do you move towards those types of issues?
I'm not a Democrat. I actually registered as an independent.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Fine. You registered as an independent.
Come on, you gotta at least know what my views are if you're going to attack me.
All right, let me bring in. All right,
so
let
what
me
are your
bring in.
views on
I've
Trump?
been attacked by the left over the last 3 years.
All right, let me bring in.
No.
Look.
I've been attacked by the left. No. Pierce, let me just at least address that. I've been attacked viciously by leftists over the last 3 years because of the fact that I want to engage in this type of dialogue, because of the fact I was willing to sit down.
Oh, cry about it. A little
down
more.
with Charlie Kirk and with Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro. I'm willing to have conversations, and I don't go around labeling people as fascist and racist and Nazis just because I disagree with them.
Just
so
the
just
organization you work for
at least understand what my political views are. Listen, I'm not going to be blamed for what everyone in
guys dive, duck, dip, dodge, and dodge, right?
Yep.
That company has to say, anyone in that company has to say,
the
I'm
head
an individual.
Of that company?
We are supposed to judge people based on individuals. He did not go around calling Charlie Kirk a fascist and a Nazi.
Saying that you don't have good reasoning skills. If it's the case that you think, oh my God, you can't be calling people.
Dude, think about an insult that is. You just don't have good reasoning skills. It's like one of the most polite ways to completely disrespect a person's intelligence.
So simple-minded.
He's reason-hearted.
I'm not
does all the time.
Why are you making that up? You're just making it up. You're just making it up. We're all the same. That's how simple-minded you are. You're all the same. Okay, then everyone on the right is just like Dylan Root.
You really, 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 really don't want a piece of Andrew Wilson.
All right, let me bring in Cornell West. I want to bring in Cornell West.
Nothing good's gonna come from this dumbass's mouth.
Piers Morgan has kind of been killing it because he just lets people argue and he stays out of the way. So he's actually kind of become. He's starting to say like, "Hey, the only thing I can do is grift. I'm still going to present as being sort of a leftist. But as long as I get right-wing people on and just shut up and let them speak and or like argue." Look at how many times we've been watching Piers Morgan's show, and it ain't because of him. It's not because of him. It's because of his legacy media name.
He has Andrew Wilson on there, and every time Andrew Wilson's on there, you see him rubbing his hands. Yeah, because every time Andrew's on here, he goes viral.
He's making money.
At least 3-4 viral clips off that are getting tens of millions of views.
Was that you, AJ, or was it a different feed I was watching where Andrew Wilson was tearing Cenk a new a-hole and Cenk could not escape?
Yeah. We can go over that one.
Okay. I couldn't remember where I saw it, but it was beautiful because he was crawling up the walls. He and Andrew Wilson was just tearing him apart.
Yep. Just completely destroying. As Andrew Wilson, he you can't bait him. He doesn't react to personal attacks. And once again, if you try and get him, he'll just get you 10 times worse. Just the easiest way to handle Andrew Wilson is just try and stick to the arguments. Then you might lose, but you won't get embarrassed.
Cornel, come in now. He's been waiting very patiently. Cornel, welcome back to Uncensored, where things are getting incendiary quite quickly. I think the overriding point I would make about the debate we've just been hearing between Andrew and Anna is that there is little doubt to me that the constant rhetoric on the left, the woke left, let me be specific to where I think a lot of the blame lies, ever since Donald Trump came into power in 2016, has been this relentless use of the phrases Hitler, Nazis, fascists about Trump and about Trump supporters.
Dehumanizing language. It's basically saying that Charlie Kirk was not even a person. He was an enemy. He was this. He was that. Blah, 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 blah. Absolutely insane.
Which I know for a fact, like I can't find the clip and prove it, but every now and then I would watch like Young Turks and stuff, and they 100% have trashed Charlie Kirk and probably said worse things than that. They just can't find it. And Anna is starting to realize, like, wait a minute, I actually need to kind of be friendly with these right-wing people, so I'm gonna renounce everything I said.
Especially because of the freaking toxic wasteland that's known as a Democratic Party right now.
Yeah.
Guys, honestly, who do the Democrats have? Who? Nobody. And guys, even in the midterm,
Gavin Newsom is about the only person. And what Gavin Newsom's plan is,
come on, dude.
But Gavin Newsom, what he's doing is actually pretty smart. He's trying to pretend to be like Joe Rogan, like, hey, I'm gonna have anyone on, have a discussion, and they're gonna see like I'm just a cool regular. I'm gonna like humanize myself in a way.
Yeah.
So he is actually doing. He's adapting to like new media and stuff. So
yeah.
Don't discount Gavin Newsom.
Oh no,
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he's. I don't like the guy, but
here's the thing: even if he does somehow get the nomination, his track record of everything that's happened in California since he's been governor, he'll get eviscerated. You know what I'm saying? The fires, the crime, all that stuff.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Dude, you don't think whoever runs against him is going to be able to just basically pull up a timeline of everything that has happened?
Yeah, but I agree with that. But sometimes they have power in that. It's like, how did Lori Lightfoot keep getting elected and stuff? Sometimes that has its own magic to it.
Yes, but the national stage is something completely different.
Yeah, you're right.
Ask Knucklehead Harris. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Lenny, thanks for the handing out the membership, man.
And the problem with constantly saying this as a group, as the woke left have done for 9 years now, is that eventually it permeates down to young, impressionable minds who genuinely believe that it is their mission to stop America from being taken over by the new Nazis or the new fascists or the new Hitler. And that leads to the kind of thing we saw with Charlie Kirk. Do you agree that this language, this relentless, in my view, woeful misuse, particularly of the word Nazi, towards Trump and his...
That word has a very specific meaning, and people throw it around all the time now.
Supporters. This is part of the problem.
Well, I think part of the deeper problem, though, Brother Piers, is that the organized greed and weaponized hatred and routinized indifference toward the vulnerable has come together in such a way that it has eroded the sources of character formation, so that integrity, honesty, decency, and self-critical sensibilities.
What the hell are you talking about?
That shit is a 2-pack of effort. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
I hate guys like him, and then that one Michael Eric Dyson. These guys that always try and do these like long, drawn out, deep, quasi-poetic statements all the time. Shut up, dude.
Of individuals and groups is more and more disappearing. So you end up with because hatred itself is promiscuous, just like
304.
What are you talking about, dude?
Greed, just like indifference toward the suffering of others. It's promiscuous. It will lie with the left, right, center. It lies with Christians. It lies with Muslims. It lies with Jews. It lies with Buddhists. It lies with Hindus.
Guys, what's the question he asked him? Hey, what are you talking? He hasn't even answered the question.
And human beings were so wretched in the first place. If we don't undergo some kind of spiritual and moral cultivation, we end up falling back on greed and hatred and indifference. And I mean, the American empire.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
This moment is one in which the lethal combination of the hatred.
Look at Andrew shaking his head like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And guys, these are the types of people that are these pro-blacks that like to hear themselves talk. And he's been talking for what 20 seconds. He hasn't said anything, so he's like a chick. And if you interrupt him, what are you interrupting me for, bro? guys, these are the types of people I can't stand because they're the ones who always go to like black people like Pyro, myself, Tim Hicks that have made it, and they're always getting.
We're out here building a new nation for black people. It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
That's me. I ain't giving you shit.
And the greed and the indifference generates very much the exchange that we just saw. You see, this brother right here says, well, all leftists want to see me dead. Well, I'm a leftist. I don't want to see you dead. I'm a Christian.
You called Trump's administration a neo-fascist movement, you lunatic. You're
absolutely right.
Let's go.
You have gone out of your way.
Let me make the case. Let me make the case. Let me make the case.
Oh, yeah,
Will you allow me to speak, brother? Come on, man. Come on. No. You haven't made the case. If you think I've made the case, then you're not interested in dialogue.
You just said this brother
You just talk for a minute and a half straight. You haven't made the case yet. You dunderhead.
You're very, very different than Brother Charlie, man. You're very different than Charlie, though, man. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I can make the case for that,
people
too.
like you that got that man killed, sir.
No. There are such a thing as neo-fascists. But Piers, why you have a brother on who's not going to allow nobody to speak, man? We're just wasting time.
You've been talking for like 2 minutes straight, bro. What are you talking about?
If all you're interested in is making your money and you bring this brother on it and nobody can say a word and we can't even mourn Brother Charlie passing. I had dialogues with Brother Charlie. This brother's going to say, oh, this kumbaya and so forth.
Look at this guy crying.
No,
grown-ass
Charlie
man.
was made in the image of a loving and mighty God. I believe that. I say my prayers for Sister Erica and the kids.
Oh my God, dude! This guy is just making stuff
and look at him
up.
laughing now. It's a joke, man. Pierce, it's not worth it.
Is Charlie Kirk part of the neo-fascist movement?
Not with this brother.
Is he part of your neo-fascist movement?
Not with this brother.
Yeah.
When Charlie himself says that he is against Civil Rights Act, does that make him a proponent of Jim Crow? When he calls Martin Luther King Jr. an awful human being and a scumbag? I'm critical of that. I am critical of that. You're absolutely right, Brother Wilson. You're absolutely right. But if all you're going to do is be arrogant, you're arrogant just like the so-called leftists you're talking about. But Piers, you making your money, brother. Go on and make your money, man.
It's all about making.
Not worth it.
Cornel,
this brother
it's all
right
about
here
making
is
money.
part of the problem.
He's so old he can't figure out how to turn the zoom off.
Beta man. This other brother who has a deep connection to Charlie, he's willing to at least listen, but this brother's not willing to listen.
Cornel, can you sit down? I would like you to remain part of the debate.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. He's smoking his cigarettes with his arrogant self. Come on, man. We don't have enough dialogue at all.
Surely you're not going to walk out in a debate about dialogue.
More?
Go on and make your money, man.
Right. Well, there's a kind of farcical to quit a debate where we're literally debating about the importance of free speech and being able to listen to each other's opinions, which seems to me completely insane. Anyway, we've lost Cornell West for now. Maybe we'll get him back.
All right.